Mm-hmm. Is she coming in?
No, you don't like to do the next response.
Oh.
Mhm.
Glad I had an easy time getting here.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. You know, once I got down, I kind of remember where I was going.
Just about parking.
I parked on Mission right around the
Oh,
corner.
okay, that's cool.
MCC Free Radio.
You guys like jazz?
Absolutely.
Right, cool.
From Chicago, that
Oh,
your
yeah.
choice.
Hey, you in Chicago with the Curtis Mayfield with me?
Oh yeah, Curtis Mayfield, Jerry Butler, Danny Halfway,
Look, Danny Hackett.
big hits. Gene Chandler, Marsh and the Charlites. I got a chance to know a lot of them. My buddy had a record shop, big record shop. That's when that payload was going on. Yeah, so DJs get just all the DJs because they can't play the records. Yeah.
Never had a chance to go to Chicago.
Ain't never been to Chi-Town?
It's like not been to Chicago. Always wanted to go. Always wanted to go to Chicago.
There's a lot of history there.
It's like whenever I meet somebody from Chicago, it's always a great person. It's like, I need to go to Chicago.
It's, Chicago is, like I was telling them, I was talking with somebody today on the telephone about Chicago. And all the negativity that you hear about Chicago, people there don't know nothing about it unless they see it on television. Because of certain environments. Yeah. Like last place I think I lived was like called High Park. High Park is on the University of Chicago. And on the other side of a certain street were the projects and the gangs, but they didn't come in High Park. High Park had the University of Chicago police. They had a reputation, they would come over there. But then Chicago was so versatile. You had your theaters, like your dancing studios. At certain buildings like, what's his name? Joan Pace was his wife. Oscar Brown Jr. I remember once that I had what you call this teaching institution of a church, and they called me that Friday after 6 o'clock. So they didn't cut the lights out. No problem. I said, don't worry about it. I said, call everybody and tell them to bring candles. Larry Caulfield Grand Orchestra. And tell him we'll perform because it's like string instruments, whatnot. Nobody never knew the lights was out. Never knew it.
Big story right there.
How are we gonna do this? How's it gonna go?
So what I'll do, I'll start by introducing you.
Introduce him.
So you want to be on?
Well, I want to introduce him, and then you guys can go on basically from there. I mean,
Do that.
or however you want to go.
Introduce you and create a little bit about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yes.
we'll take it from there. Then if you want to, you can get in too as well. You have anything.
Oh, he has a lot to share and everything. So.
Well, yeah, I was looking at the website, and the master concept is something I want to really talk about. I'm going to really get into that. 'Cause reading it, it sounded like this is something everybody should be doing. I want to get into that. And I also like the history of like, how you started this journey. So I want to get into that. I'll probably ask that first.
But they'll be able to hear you with your mask on. You may have to take
And you
it
can
off.
take off the mask.
I was going to take it off. You said, yeah. We're going to take it off. You let me know when it's conducive for you as far as my sitting. Because I'm comfortable.
Usually we have like singers in here, so at the end of the interview, we gotta like adjust the mic and all that stuff. All right, we're back. GRS podcast. We had to take it like a little bit of an intermission, So we want to like give shouts out, special thanks for Eyes, coming down here, interviewing and giving us a very stellar live performance. But now we got something that's truly incredible. We got like two wonderful guests actually. So we got like Dr. Moses in the house.
Yay!
He was a guest a few months ago. Very, very wonderful, interesting man. Has like a lot of things to do in helping you with your physical health. So that's something you definitely. So Dr. Moses, tell them how they can, reach your practice.
Wow, I thank you, Mr. Black Devon, for allowing me to come once again. This is truly a wonderful experience for me. But my practice, basically, I deal with a lot of personal injury type cases. I deal with people who have gone to other doctors. They don't have any other choices. Sometimes they come with me with, hey, can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? And so I have a habit of looking at the body as a whole. So when I look at the body as a whole, I address different things. I address your posture, how you stand, how you walk. How do you carry yourself in this world that we live in? It's based on gravity. Now, my location, I'm presently in San Pablo. And so I am at 13830 San Pablo Avenue. Once again, 13830 San Pablo Avenue in the city of San Pablo. And I can also be reached at 510-375-2125. That once again, 510-375-2125. Now, getting back to what I was just saying about your health. Our health is our only real wealth. And so we only get that one time. So we have to take care of it. You have to take care of it the best way you can, because if not, the maker, the creator may decide to take it back.
That is true.
So if he decides to take it back, then there's not a whole lot you can do. At some point, anyhow, we're all going to return to our creator and just go from one plane of existence to another.
That's true.
But while we're here, while we're on this planet called Earth, in America, I think that we need to be aware that our health is vitally important. We need to be able to take care of our health. We need to look at the things that will take our health from us. And so those things are things that I like to address, so that way we can proceed to get past those things. And most of them we are in control of. We can control a lot of it. Some things we cannot control. We cannot control the air we breathe. We cannot control our food distribution and so forth. But a lot of things we can control.
Let me ask you a quick question. Then we can go forward in the show. This weekend was strange weather-wise. It's like I cannot remember a time in San Francisco where it was humid in the morning, and also Saturday going into Sunday, we had like a lightning storm for like 6 hours.
I mean, that was amazing. I mean, you have different patterns of weather coming in from the east, the warm patterns coming in from the valley, and then you have the monsoon rains which come up from South America, but normally it stops, but it just kept on going.
Yeah.
And so that hot air and that cold air mixed produced wind, and then all of a sudden up in the clouds it created static electricity, and something that you don't see here in the Bay Area. You have lightning, and then you have lightning strikes.
Yeah.
So things was really strange, and it makes you wonder, are they playing with stuff? Are they playing with the atmosphere? Are they playing with weather?
That could very well be, but I was telling somebody else, it just adds to like this very strange year we're having.
Absolutely. Everything, the year 2020 has been very strange.
Yeah.
I mean, from the pandemic, well, so-called pandemic, we got the coronavirus, and which is a very real virus, COVID-19. I don't know if we should talk about that. That would involve a lot of information, and I just have my own views on that I've done my own research on. But this is very strange, with people feeling very insecure. The powers to be are feeling like they have to maintain their certain powers, and so therefore they're attacking people who may jeopardize those powers.
Yes.
So the strong is beating up on the weak.
Yeah, pretty much.
And or not necessarily say the weak, let's just say the disenfranchised, or people who may be a little bit, they may not have what others may have. So things are happening. People are scared. People are insecure. Food supplies are being rationed from factories. I was at the gun store, and people are buying up everything in the shops, ammo, weapons, everything. So people are a lot of people are feeling very insecure right now.
Yeah, that's very true. So that brings us to our next guest, who I think would have some solutions to, some of the things that you just spoke about, from like a personal and self level. So we got Rabboni Selah here. Selah stands for King. This is a very well-renowned and traveled man who's been all around the world, from my understanding.
Absolutely. This man is amazing. He is not only my friend, my teacher, my mentor, but he's been called by many names. He's been called Master, and he's been called King. And in fact, on his vehicle, he has King on his vehicle. So there's no mistaking who this man is.
You gotta let him know.
This man is the author of several books that has been sweeping the Bay Area and beyond. Some of the titles include words of wisdom. Learn to be your own hero. Stay positive, baby. And my favorite, surrender to your purpose. Friends all over the United States and beyond, allow me to introduce my master, my friend, my teacher, Mr. Rabboni Selah. Yay!
Great introduction.
May I say, thank you. It's always an honor when we can come together. It's always an honor when we can come together. Now, purpose of coming together is one thing. That is to share good cosmic energies. As we share good cosmic energies, we allow ourselves to take our right place in this universe. Again, my name is Rabboni Selah. Rabboni means master. Selah means it is so. So every time I introduce myself, I'm affirming that I'm a master, and so it is. What is a master? A master is one who can master himself. And if you can master you, you can master the universe. In life, we deal with dualities. We got choices. You can be high or low, rich or poor, sad or glad. Then you could be a servant or you could be a master. I prefer being a master. Again, it's an honor for me to be here, to be your guest here at your radio show. I want you to know I don't take this for granted. I appreciate it. Bless you for it.
Glad to have you.
Let's have some fun. Let's, since that we are here, let's be here.
Yeah, let's have some fun. But I have to go back to like what the doctor was talking about, and you being a master. So what advice do you have for the people out there who are scared and afraid, during this time that we're at, this situation that we're in?
First of all, the greatest sickness in the world is a person that's a stranger to himself. If you don't know you, then you know your powers of possibility. You don't know your strength. And all the stuff that's taking place where you say out there, where is out there? Each one of us represent a universal world. The only thing that take place in your world is what you let take place. Let me ask you a question. Can you go home, look up under your bed, and find $50,000, $60,000, $70,000? You said no. Then if you can't find good, what should you find bad? The only thing exists is what you let exist. All that stuff, like you saw that stuff going out there, hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't know nothing about that. Only thing that I know, I have only one purpose. And when you think about what is our purpose of coming this way? Where did we come this way? We come this way to do one thing. That's to find yourself. The many avenues that you take, whether it's academical, spiritual, socially, etc., you're doing only one thing, trying to find you. And when you find you, you done found the key to all the mysteries in the universe. Because everything is what? Self-awareness. Everything is self-awareness. So once that you discover who you are and what you are, you done discovered the mystery to this thing called life. I often think about it, and when I'm doing workshops and seminars and etc., I ask a question and tell the audience, I said, who are you? They said, who am I? Who am I? What's the first thing you do when you hear that? You start thinking. I mean, you're a thinking being. You're a thinking being.
That's right.
So if you're a thinking being, what do you think with? You think with your mind? Okay, we get to that. Some say you think with your brain. Well, I've heard of people having brain operations. In my brain, big, it's a big tissue. The brain. The brain is a transmitter. Do you think with your mind? Your mind? You don't have a mind. There's no such thing as your mind, my mind, mine. There's only mind. Mind does not, when we use the term mind, we individualize it. It's not individualized, it's universal. There's only one mind. So that means we think in the mind instead of thinking with the mind. As we think, then it brings us back, what do we think with? We think with infinite intelligence. Reason we think with infinite intelligence, because infinite intelligence is law in order. One of my pet peeves, you can't plant corn and expect to get potatoes. So you cannot think negative and expect to have positive experiences. You can't think being sick and expect to be well. You can't think poverty and expect to be rich. So whatever thought that you think is the manifestations taking place in your world, in your life, and in your being, because everything is governed by law and order. And law and order is intelligence in action. So that's how I feel about today. Today is beautiful. Today is marvelous. It's wonderful. It's great. It's exciting. Why? Because opposition is an opportunity. Do you know what most money was made in America? You know what period most money was made in America? Now, what period that created millionaires in America? You know what period that was? During the Depression.
During the Depression.
That's right. Walmart. Sam Walmart. Walgreens. Woodworth. And 5 and 10 cent stores. All that money was made during the Depression. Why? Because opposition is an opportunity. What's a big selling thing going today?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody name out for selling masks.
That's right. Now they're putting advertisements on the masks, you know, and they're paying people to wear them.
Yes.
So, hey, I think it's a great opportunity. It's
But not only this, not the point. The point is opposition is an opportunity.
Right.
So, and let's come back to self again and knowing who you are. Everybody, that is the form of success of this thing called life. Let me use this phrase. I would say, I know you. Now, I haven't been down here 10 minutes. And I got the audacity to say, I know you. And you're going to say, you don't know me, man. You just met me. I said, right. I don't know you, but I know you.
Yeah.
So the reason I know you is because I have to see you as I see myself.
Right.
If I see you lesser than I see myself, then I'm living beneath my privilege. I cannot go down the street and be judgmental. I can't do that. I don't have that authority. Everybody I see is beautiful, marvelous, wonderful, great. They have what you call the miracle of life. Now, if they want to live beneath their privilege, it ain't got nothing to do with that. But I can't go there in my consciousness. And I call it Mountaintop Consciousness. And I can't go down in the valley. Because if you go down in the valley, you're going to have valley experiences.
And we want mountaintop experiences.
And you want mountaintop experiences. So the most beautiful thing about this thing called life is making it alive, being excited about it. There's a difference between life and being alive. Life is your senses are working. You can see, you can hear, you can taste, you can touch. But being alive, you release a cosmic energy through the universe says, energies, I'm sending you out there now. Don't you come back until you bring me what I want. So that's what being alive is about. And that's what we come here to be alive, to be excited. We possess all of the attributes to make life complete. There is no attribute that is possessed that you don't possess it. In other words, the same place the billionaire goes, the millionaire goes to be a recipient of his worth, you must go to that same place. That same place, it's called source. That same source. But the only difference is your expectation. You're looking to pay your bills. You're looking to get over. Like example, you're looking to get a car. He's looking for a car dealership to sell your car. You're looking for a house. He's looking to be a developer to build your house, to sell your house. The same source. So the only difference between individuals is the thoughts that they have about themselves. So that means you must always be selective of the thoughts that you have about yourself. And those thoughts are what thoughts? They are mountaintop thoughts. Once you're up on the mountaintop, you're sitting looking down and you're saying, is that all you brought to get me down? You got to come better than that.
You got to come better than that.
So this is how I feel about what's happening today. Ain't nothing happening today. Let me tell you something. Let me say this. If there's something in the universe can come and we can't do nothing about it, then no longer it's defeating us. It's defeating the Creator. And can't nothing defeat the Creator.
Right.
So then can't nothing defeat you. Nothing or nobody. The only time you ever defeat it is when you give your energies away. When you surrender unconsciously, when you surrender, this is too heavy. Hey man, being heavy, it helps you develop mind muscles. So we have no excuse, not whatsoever. So that's how I feel about today.
All right. Very profound words. So, Rabboni,
Yes, sir.
how did you get started down this road?
Which road is that?
I guess the road to self-mastery and self-realization.
Okay. Let's put it this way. In growing up in Chicago, my grandmother was the godmama to the godfather. And I was my grandmother's running buddy. You know, at that time, Black people went to church, did gospel programs, and etc.
Yeah.
I kept her company. And I saw these different programs, people on programs. I didn't do that. I started out very young, reciting the 23rd Psalm, the 27th Psalms. I'd speak out like in church very young. And that the church basically got me started. Uh, we stayed in a neighborhood. And the neighborhood had a park called Douglas Park. And I would go over in the park and I would sit and I would write. People laughed at me, look at that crazy dude. Look at what is he doing over there? I'd sit and I would write. And one afternoon, particular lady, she was having a gospel program. She asked she invited my auntie to the program. My auntie trying to be cynical like. She said, why don't you put him on program? She said, put me on program. She put me on program, and I got there. I had on some clean pants and a slip-over shirt. MC had on a tuxedo. People was dressed up. They called my name to come up. People started laughing at me. I said to myself, laugh at me. I did my first poem. Sometimes things like nothing goes right. Everything is wrong. I find myself wanting to sing, but I don't even have a song. Dark clouds over my head, for I can't tell the night from the day. But that's why I pray. So near the prayer is not the words I say. Sometimes I get so weary, I don't know what to say. No way. But he hears my moan, pities my groan. Listen to my plea, come and see about me. Though the roads get rough, the journey gets tough, but he just smooths out to my way. That's why I pray. Then I pray not because I felt I kept the commandments so well. I don't know all the things I should, but sometimes I fall short of the mark. But he'll forgive me just like he said he would. Then I pray because I get weak along the way. And I don't want to go astray. So I found myself, keep me day by day. Then I look around and see what it's done for me. But I've got eyes to see, mouth to talk, feet to walk, place to sleep, food to eat, friends to greet, church to meet. For all this, I think of in the morning, I think of in the noon, I think of all through the day. I can't think of enough, but I say, I thank you anyway. That's why I pray. When I finished, they applauded me back. Then they applauded me back the second time. Then they applauded me back the third time. Then the MC said, I'm a dramatic artist, but this man, I went and had me some business cards made the next day, dramatic artist. I started going around from program to program, being on program. And then there was this man with this big baritone voice. So, young man, I'd like you to be in my play. That was Spencer Jackson. I was in Spencer Jackson's play, and I was with Milton Bronson, and I got invited to come to the Cook County Jail to speak. And I came to spoke to cats, man, they was like, woo! The war in English had me to come back again. For 10 years, I went to the county jail to speak to Cats Amendment. The newspapers started doing articles on me, and people started calling me to speak from the newspaper articles. That's how I got started being a professional speaker. And I was invited, and Les Brown was a speaker. I said to myself, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. So I went to the National Speakers Convention. About 5 or 6 blacks was there. And I said, the lady, she says, how'd you like Les? I said, fine. I wanted to say, if you'd have gave me that mic, I'd eat him up and spit him out. That's what I wanted to say. But then, after then, I looked and said, there's no blacks around there. That's when I got with Nick Carter. Nick Carter was the vice president of Nightingale and Covington. They used to make all the tapes for all the big speakers, all the top night speakers. And that's when I formed the Black Professional Speakers Association. And then this is to show blacks how to get off into this $22 billion a year market.
Wow.
So from there, uh, it bloomed. Some of my clients is Prudential Insurance Company, Aetna, Golden State, McDonald's, Austin Diversified. That's a Black $1 million company. And different universities, colleges. I did Blacks in Governance each year. And then I started writing. And this is when I came up with my own concept to teach. And that was the Master's Concept Unlimited.
All right. So, can you break down what the master concept is?
I love it. I didn't think you was going to ask. Master's Concept Unlimited. See, in this thing called life, you have its principle, its laws. And the mastermind principles is the principle of being a master. The first one is a master must believe in the power of his thoughts. Thoughts. As I said before you can believe in your thoughts, you got to learn how to think. And once you learn how to think, you must believe in the power of your thoughts, because thoughts is everything. Everywhere you go, all you see is nothing but thoughts. So that means if thoughts is the key, you must believe in your thoughts. What are thoughts? Thoughts are organized energies, intelligent, that you can recognize. Thoughts are spirit. From spirit is energies. From energies is manifestation. From manifestation is intelligence. Then it's the reality. Thoughts. So you have within you that to create thoughts. But then you just don't create thoughts. You got to know your thoughts are heavy. My thoughts are heavy. One of the thoughts that you can entertain about yourself, whatever you want to do, heavy thought. And it's totally of simplicity. What here that it is? It's already done.
It's already done.
Okay. Right.
It's already done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's a heavy thought. It's done. I'm through with it. It's done. It's a heavy thought. Another thing about thoughts is that, said before, you have to be selective of the level of thoughts. And thoughts again emanate from, want to talk about thoughts and let's talk about intelligence. Let's talk about awareness. There's something more powerful than intelligence. And what's more powerful than anything is imagination.
Creativity.
Imagination. Before you can create it, you got to imagine.
You got to imagine.
I've got this saying that I saw one day. I'd like to share it. Imagination. Imagine that you're sitting where? Up on the moon. And you're counting the stars. That is your field of possibilities. Meaning there's no limitations of imagination. So that what you perceive, that's what you receive. That's what allows you to use your power of creativity and create through thoughts. Then another thing about a master. A master knows, this is taken to our first conversation, that opposition is an opportunity. Whatever happens, when it happens, how it happens, you've got to be able to say, I can hardly wait to see what good is going to come out of this for me. Knowing that it's working for my good. I never shall forget it. I was driving my car and like on the flat. I got out of the car. I started walking around the car. I just started walking around the car, walking around the car. People said, what is he doing? Somebody told us, what are you doing? I said, I'm looking for some good. I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be here. Because I know nothing just don't happen.
That didn't mean to laugh. That's pretty good.
But that's how we know that all things. Another thing, law, the principle, the science of it. All things are together for good. You never look at the thing that's what happening to you. You never give that energy. But you do give energy that would cause it to happen. And that would cause it to happen. That's what you work with. That the cause and the law of cause and effect. That's what you deal with. Why am I here? Why did this happen? Because I know it's working. Then, out of everything, nothing happens to you unless you allow it to be a lesson. That's just a lesson. Yeah. It's a lesson. And guess what? If you don't learn the lesson, then you're going to have to go through it again.
Wow. Can you imagine that?
And then if you don't learn it, you got to go through it again. That's right.
Can you get it right?
That's right. You never get it right. There's no such thing as right or wrong. It was never wrong. It was awareness. Until you become aware. See, there's no such thing as right or wrong. They're thoughts. So with a thought that you perceive, it's what it is. So what you have to do is be able to learn the lesson. And when you learn the lesson, now you're ready for growth. You're ready for growth. You're ready to function on a new consciousness level. You're ready for new experiences, new expectation, new goals, new ideas, new powers of possibility, new strength. You're ready now. Yes. You're ready now. In other words, you're not boxing. The boxing first started as a boxer, they call it a novice.
Yes.
And then after you take part as a novice, and you win in the novice, now you're ready for open. Then you win in open, now you're ready for the professionals. Then ready for professionals, now you're ready to be a champ. That is what life is about. Life is about growth. And if you don't grow, guess what? You'll be a midget in your consciousness.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
You don't want that to happen.
No. So therefore, it's about growth. You cannot have growth until you have the spirit of gratitude and appreciation. You got to be able to appreciate. I don't care what happens. You can never have a defeated attitude. Always a spirit of gratitude and appreciation. Always. Spirit of gratitude and appreciation. Because you want to learn your lesson. Who are you to go through life and don't have no lessons? You got to have lessons. Because lessons, there's another thing. Lessons called awareness awakening and awareness. Because see, if you don't have those awakening experiences, then you won't know your powers of possibility. You won't know your strength. So you have to have that awakening. And once you have that awakening, then you recognize. Then you can say, look out, world. Here I come. Ready or not.
So, Mr. Rabboni, can I ask you a question, please, sir?
Okay.
So how does one find that awakening within themselves? Now, we're all spiritual beings having a physical existence. So how does we find that? How can we become awakened when we are besieged by all the things that are keeping us in a state of non-knowing?
First of all, you don't find nothing. There's nothing to find because nothing is lost. You haven't lost nothing, so you go find something. So the word is how I become aware of it. Awareness. You become awareness through desire. I desire so much better than this. I desire a better lifestyle.
Yes.
I desire so much more. Because through desire, now I'm aware. I'm aware that that's something better for me. I'm aware of that. So through awareness, come from desire. I desire much more. And desire comes when you appreciate you and you can say, I deserve much more than this.
So do you think that your grandmother put that desire in you so that you can bring forth that creativity, that desire to change, to be something more than what you felt that you were?
No. My grandmother did was put me in a certain environment. And in that environment, I recognize fields of possibility.
Fields of possibility. So we've got to see the fields of possibilities in our life. We've got to desire the greater things in life. Those things that we have to create it. We have to imagine it.
You don't have to create it.
It's already there.
It has to be.
So it's already
Just be. Just be.
within us, so we have to
Just be.
Just be.
Just be.
And sometimes
You're fighting a war. Excuse me. You're fighting a war and there's no war. You want to kick butt and there's no butt to kick. All you got to just be. The secret is this. Watch this. Stop. Just be. Turn right now. I am a divine design. I'm a masterpiece. I'm one of a kind. There's only one me. There shall only be one me. I got to be me because everybody else is taken. So since now I appreciate being me. That takes about the master. I'm my own hero. I'm my own hero. I am my own hero.
That's right.
I was at a function back in Chicago, and one of the Frazier, I was her guest, she had me reciting poems, buying time, entertaining. The entertainer just going on, doing nothing, doing nothing. So finally, Ernie Banks, Mr. Cubs, he says, G-Man, you're good, you're good. Turn around and ask Muhammad Ali, says, do you know Rabboni here? We shook hands. I said to myself, though Muhammad Ali may be the world's greatest boxer, I'm the world's greatest me. I'm my own hero. And that's what you have to be, your own hero. You know, like you want to run to somebody to get their autograph, you appreciate them. That same energy, you have to appreciate yourself. That same desire you have to meet them, appreciate them, you have to use that same energies and appreciate yourself.
That's a good point. Because like a lot of people, they see celebrities, they see these superstars that's so much more than themselves.
Well, the reason of this, but they don't understand. They're actually seeing them in themselves. Otherwise, you won't recognize that. you won't recognize it because it's in you. Then you recognize that in them. So you're really appreciating yourself. And another thing about being a master, this is a great challenge. I like this. In fact, I put it on Facebook this morning, and it was fear is like swimming in a swimming pool and there's no water. A master says this: do that what you're afraid to do. That's your greatest challenge. Do that what you're afraid to do. The only reason you don't do it is what? Because of fear. And fear is an illusion.
False evidence appearing real.
It's an illusion. The only thing you have, you dealing with fear, when you think about it, is something that you create and you let be. You gave energies to it. So if you take energies away from it, it can't exist. Fear is like paying interest on a debt that you don't even owe. So that is another blockage. Fear, being afraid. If I do this will happen, then at the same token, if you don't do it, what's going to happen? So you have to go beyond your doubts and fears and step into your fields of possibility. It's nothing about being a master. Okay? Shall I continue about being a master?
Yeah. Tell us about it.
This is a good one. A master must see others as he sees himself. If you see someone less than you see in yourself, then you're living beneath your privilege. I was going down the street one day, a young lady ran and grabbed and hugged me. This gentleman would have said, "What you doing?" She says, "If it was not for him, I wouldn't be here with you now." He looked and he said, "Rabboni?" Yes. See, when I met her, she was a street walker. Let's be very sincere, she's a prostitute. So you deserve much more than this. We said we'd have those councils. She got into program. From the program, she got into nurses aid program. She finished that nurses aid program. Now she's working sophisticated family. Because see, I never saw her as a prostitute. I saw her as a sophisticated, beautiful woman. I saw those attributes. And I would define those attributes to her. So, to be a blessing to someone else, you only being a blessing to yourself. You see, because see, I like this. I heard you earlier. I was listening to you, and I came to this conclusion. And this conclusion, listen to this. I am not my body. I'm not my body. I'm not my body. I am not my body. I'm not my body. I'm spirit. My body is like clothes. And I don't know if you can understand this or not, but this is not the first garments I wore. When I was here before, I wore another garment. When I was there before, I wore another garment. When I was in Nassau, where was it? Nigeria. When I was in Nigeria, I went to Badakry. Badakry is the place of no return. That's where the slave ships would come in, and the slave ships would take the people away. And where we were is like a museum where they would house the slaves. This particular day I was there, usually I had escorts would usually go with me. They let me go in there by myself. And as I was in there by myself, the ancestors spoke to me. The ancestors said, unto us was breathed the breath of life, and we became living souls. The soul is not born, neither does the soul die. The soul make transitions. We came back as doctors, as lawyers, as scientists, as great people. Go tell that. And when I came back to the village and I told that, that's when they start saying, he's a king, he's a king, he's a king. And that's when they crowned me a king. That's when they put the collars on, they called me a king. I said that to say this. We're not our bodies. We're not our bodies. The slave ships was coming over, and many of them was thrown over. The spirit had left the bodies before it hit the water. The bodies had that drowning experience, but not the spirit. Spirit went back to Nigeria, put on another body, came back as greatness. So we have to understand that we're not bodies. Let me tell you, if your body's, you're limited. You can close your eyes. You can go home, close your eyes. You can go to Detroit, New York, sit right there. But your body limits you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about, of course now, the body's your servant.
Yeah.
You must appreciate your body like you appreciate a wardrobe. You don't, your best suit, I got robes that would cost American $6,000.
Wow.
I don't wear them $6,000 robes anywhere. And I don't go unless I got a special place to clean those robes. It's the same thing about my body. Take care of your body. So we're not bodies. Now, if it works on one level, it works on all levels. Then I recognize you more than the body. I recognize you more than the body. I recognize spirit. I recognize cosmic spirit. I recognize fields of possibility. I recognize greatness. I recognize that you're a genius and you're full of talent. I recognize you can do anything. I recognize that there is no limitations to your expectations. I recognize that you are great. Why? Because I see you as I see myself. I recognize within you a new book is crying out, impregnated. I recognize you as what it's saying unto you. I'm tired of being the figment of your imagination. Give me energies. Let me exist. That's what I recognize about you. That's what I recognize about you. I recognize about you that you are God's millionaire. You are God's millionaire. That's what I recognize about you. I recognize that this moment right now is not no cosmo accident. It's not something we didn't have nothing else to do. that we just met here. We're much greater than that. We came here to bring cosmic energies together and create right now, this moment, something powerful beyond our wildest dreams. Now, that's what I recognize. Now, what you recognize, God bless you.
So you're saying we all have that creativity that's within us all?
Yes, 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 absolutely. You're great, absolutely.
Absolutely. So how do we expand that? How do
I think you don't have to expand it. Just be it. Just start being.
Just start being?
Get up in the morning. When I was back in Chicago, my nephew was incarcerated. He spent the most of the time there. And he would spend most of the time incarcerating, captivating the attention of others by telling them about his uncle. I tell him about his uncle. This guy got up every morning. I put on a suit. Shoes would shine. I went to hairstylist every other week. Went to Shine King twice a week. So I saw myself. Yes, I take pride in riding around in my limousine. Yes, I had a meeting, mastermind meeting. Fellow was sitting there, someone get a limousine. Those are so one said, you're gonna be the driver. He went with me. I went to pick the limousine up. My limousine ain't never had a car note. Never had a car note. It's my limousine. When I told the man to come, he's King, come get your limousine. I went and saw it and said, I'll be back in 30 days. Called him in 30 days, said, I'm on my way. King, come get it. So I saw me. Oh, I knew what was going to happen. I know some heads are turning. I know there's some signification, but they ain't got nothing to do with me. When I came back from Nigeria, I had over 40 suits. I gave all those suits away. I wear my African attire now. That's all I wear is my African attire. That's how I see myself. Yes, I'm a king, and my kingdom is not of this world. My kingdom is where the invisible makes the visible a manifestation. My kingdom is a place of peace, joy, love, and happiness. Ooh, my kingdom is the place where the fields of possibility roams like mighty waters. That's my kingdom. My kingdom is a place where love flows day and night. You can go and feed your hungry soul, fill it up with love. That's my kingdom. That's my kingdom. My kingdom is a place of perfect peace, contentment, and joy. No mental warfares, no chaos. That is my kingdom. So, how did I become a king? I didn't become a king when I went over to Nigeria. When I was a little boy, I would turn my face to the wall and I would pray, give me the wisdom of Solomon and the understanding of David. As a little boy, that would be my prayers. That would be my prayers. That would be my prayers. It'd be my prayers.
Even as a young man, you had this.
I was the king. I was the king. Before I went to Nigeria, I wore beads, like special beads the kings wore. My housekeeper was from Ghana. She'd call me king. She gave me these beads, not these. I got these as gifts from Nigeria. Only kings wear these. Nigeria, only kings. I know it's a king. I know it's a king. They crowned me a king because of my wisdom. I take pride in my wisdom. My wisdom is nothing but self-awareness. That's all it is. I know who I am. I know who I am. I know who I am. Baby, to moving to a place 10 years ago, everybody else paying rent. You move in, have a talk with the owner, and if he'd come. Make a long story short, ain't paid rent in 10 years. What we call the King Palace. King Palace. There's only one garage. My 2 cars are parked in the garage. The King. The King. Yes, now it is time for me to explore, to create awareness and awakening. It's time for me to stand before multitudes of people and tell them what the King wants them to know. King wants them to know that there's no limitations to their expectations. King wants them to know the only sickness and sorrow that you have is the disrespect that you have about yourself. Wow. If you love yourself, you'll heal yourself. Because you say, I love me too much to go through this. I love me too much to be abused, to be misused. I love me too much. People have to understand what they possess. And then, what about we're people? We're people. Like I told you, gotta say it better just to yourself. We develop this defeated attitude. We give our strength away. They gonna do this and that. Who are they?
That's true.
The moment that we take our energies back, then we strip those who we thought had authority. We take authority.
So let me ask you, Rabboni.
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any techniques or anything that would help us get into the practice?
Yes. I didn't think you was going to ask me. Woo! It was what, about 8:10 this morning. I did my first meditation. Then it was about 2:30 to 3:30. I did my second meditation. You got to get off into the silence by yourself. Because, see, I like this. You're going to like this. I can't wait to get it out. Because you want to talk to you. You want to talk to you. You want to talk to you. And you cannot talk to you in this hustle and bustle. You cannot talk to you dealing with this illusion. You're really dealing with an illusion. I'm gonna. That's like walking backwards. You got to know it's already done. You got to celebrate in that awareness. So the first step, learn to meditate. Then, that's the first step, meditation. Meditate. Meditation, be quiet. Be still. I can say, be still, be quiet. And in the stillness of, learn how to meditate. Then as you learn how to meditate, you're purifying your inner parts. You're stripping yourself of all that junk. That's number one. Number two, I like this. I like this. Listen to this. This is what I call soul food. Soul food is affirmations. You have to know how to affirm affirmations. I am in full control right now. I will not allow nothing or nobody on the outside to come inside and rob me of my peace, rob me of my joy, rob me of my happiness. I am in full control right now. I am the center of all my possibilities. I let it exist. Better than that. Here's an affirmation you should do. Get by yourself in the still and the quiet and says, I am peace, I'm joy, I'm love, I'm happiness, I'm power, I'm zeal, I'm understanding. I am a divine design. I'm a masterpiece. Just open over. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. And every time you say I am, guess what you're doing? You're creating. Every time you affirm I am, you're creating. What happened when you say I'm broke?
You're gonna be broke.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm so sick.
You're gonna be sick.
I'm not. I'm rich.
I'm rich.
I'm happy. I'm free. I'm love.
I'm love.
I'm power.
I am
I'm
power.
peace. I'm strength. I'm understanding. Okay, let me tell you what's happening. You're saying that. When you're saying that, you're feeding your subconscious. And when you feed your subconscious, you got that in there. So when the other stuff wants to come, it's blocked. It can't come in. You done filled it up with something positive. You done filled it up with something good. So you won't be sitting around talking about what they said, this is happening, that is happening. Ain't nothing happening but what you happen. Another thing that I appreciate is this. Each one of us, you represent a world. Only thing that's happening in your world. When that stuff started coming, what he said, not in my world.
Not in my world.
Not in my world.
Because in my world, I create happiness, peace, and
I
love.
let it be.
I am rich.
I recognize it.
I recognize. Yeah, that's it.
Like it's already done.
I got some,
You said it there, boy. You said it there.
do I have some converts?
All right now.
Do I have some converts?
You got
Already, oh, definitely. Yeah.
It's already
love
done.
that.
Yes.
It's already done.
It's already done. Another thing that we're afraid of, we really don't deal with it, that's money. Unconsciously, we're afraid to deal with money. Unconsciously, see, money is energies. Money wants to circulate. You cannot put a blockage to it. You got to keep it circulating. You got to keep it circulating. You got to keep circulating.
So how do we do that?
By coming involved with it.
Mm-hmm.
Compensate yourself for being you. Hey, get compensated. Now, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. See the studio you got right here that we're doing this? The studio you have right here? Do you know in this studio setting here, you can create meditational CDs and get them to rich. Meditating CDs. Get them to rich. Get them to rich. Because you see, what happens is this. You get compensated for making people think. You reward them for thinking. Meditational CDs. The music is playing. Sit back, relax. As you sit back and you relax, you're forgetting about the hustle, the bustle. Now you find yourself going beyond the ceilings, going past the roof. You're going all in the sky. You're going far away. There's a white spaceship that meets you. It welcomes you aboard and you keep on going. You're going out to the ethers. You just keep going. Now you find yourself back beyond your wildest dream. Look at the green grass. Look at the blue waters. Look at the white sands. Why, you in paradise. Look at that fountain. Now, feed your soul. Fill your soul up with that fountain of love. Just find yourself being a whole brand new you. Ooh, look at that blue water. Go and bathe your weary soul that you become totally free. Ooh, the cool breeze, let it come by. It's spirit. It just purifies your mind. It just purifies your conscience. It just purifies your whole being. Ooh, now you realize that you're a brand new you. You're free. You're free. That's God calling me, y'all, so don't worry about it. So that's God's been calling me. That's God's been calling me.
Trying to reach you, huh?
I'm so cutting it off. Yes. Yes. So you see what I mean? Just sit there and practice meditating. And if you learn how to meditate, then share your meditations. See, I told you when no Cosmo accident I was here. I told you that. Right here where you are, this is your domain. Right here where you are, this is your blessing. You have to know whatever you're looking for, it's looking for you. Good ideas want to manifest because they are. That's why it's good ideas. Another thing is that all the secret, we see unconsciously, we make things hard. When something's hard, that means something's out of order. This is hard, it's out of order. Because everything is done totally with simplicity. It was written saying so simple, a fool could not err. A blind man could not lose his way. So the form of success is of total simplicity. That's when you have to learn to say, I am the only blockage in my world. So today, I'm going to get out of my way. Oh, this has been beautiful.
Some powerful words.
Get out of my way.
Today, I'm going to get out of my way. I am the only blockage.
That's true.
Yeah.
So we tend to put roadblocks where there was no roadblocks. Why do we do that?
Because we live in a fantasy world. We like living in a fantasy world.
Explain.
We allow ourselves to function from somebody else's thoughts, somebody else's, their reality. We get caught up in somebody else's stuff. That's why. We become victims of nothingism. And nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Yeah.
That's why.
Billy Preston.
You understand? You get caught up in somebody else's stuff.
Now, do you think, with the onslaught of the media the way it is and broadcasting all the different things and negative things about what's happening in the world, why do you think that is so? I mean,
because it's a business. It's a business. It's marketing negativity. It's a business marketing negativity.
It's good that you said that. It's like last week, who was it? Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion released some kind of song, and everybody was like, "Oh, you shouldn't be making that song," and blah 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 blah. It's negative and it's a bad district. It was like they got caught up into that song, and they were like creating all these scenarios themselves, negative scenarios.
See, it's a victim of going to negativity field. And when you go to negativity field, you're going to have negative experiences.
Yeah.
You're going to have negative experiences. So you have to understand that. Yeah, you have to understand that You have to be selective of what you put your energies in, where you put your energies.
Right.
You have to be selective. And believe it or not, if you're not careful, don't know who you are, they'll fool you. You think something's reality, see, and guess what? It's really reality. But you want to hear the truth? It's not real. It's not real. It's reality. It's not real. You have to know the difference.
Yes.
Reality because it's existing. It's not real because it don't make no sense. It does not allow manifestations to take place for absolute good. So what we have to do today is formulate a new love affair, fall in love with ourselves, then reward ourselves for being ourselves, then allow ourselves to have experiences that we ain't never had before.
And we're talking about mountaintop experiences.
That's right.
Mountaintop experiences.
Mountaintop.
We don't want no valley experiences. That's not even in our mind. No.
Not even in your mind.
No.
Not
And
even,
it says stop.
Not even within our fields of possibility.
Exactly.
Only
Mountaintop experiences. And that should be in your social life, your economic life, and everything that you do.
That's true.
We want to not only be here, but also we want to create. We want to imagine the greatness that we all have within us.
That's beautiful.
Imagination. And from what this man has shared with me over the past few months and stuff that I've been under his tutelage, I mean, I've just grown and I just continue to be amazed by his insightfulness, his creativity, and his ingenious, and his willingness to share.
Yeah.
He wants to share, and
Very great.
he has several books out. You can go to his site. Mr. Rabboni, can you tell them your site where they can order the books from?
So, RabboniSelah.org. RabboniSelah.org.
All right.
My office is area code 510-717-6104.
So what are your hours? What are the hours that we can call?
Well, since I'm not controlled by time, I'm in control.
All right.
There's no bad time, there's no good time. It's all about being.
And he's timeless. He's timeless.
Not only timeless, I'm ageless. That's right, I am ageless.
So, Mr. Rabboni, for the people who may be calling in based on this show, would they be able to receive some type of discount, maybe a 5 or 10% discount on the book?
Certainly.
He has several books out, like I've mentioned. I mentioned a couple of them to you. I'm going to repeat those books again. Let me see here. Words of Wisdom, powerful. Learn to be your own hero. I think that we all need to be our own hero. Stay positive, baby. And again, my favorite is Surrender to Your Purpose.
And one you forgot. How to Love Yourself in 40 Days.
How to Love Yourself in 40 Days. Now, that one I don't have, but that is definitely one I'm going to get.
Yeah, that's the one we all need. How to love ourselves in 40 days.
In 40 days.
It's a book of love affirmations.
Okay.
Each day you read one affirmation 3 times a day, so it can come embedded into your subconscious. And we're talking about affirmations.
Yes.
So I already have the affirmations for you. Soul food. You know, this has been very beautiful. It's good energies down here. I'm very happy that I came. May I tell you, thank you for extending me this invitation.
You're more than welcome. So again, give us your phone number again so that they can contact you for your books.
Area code 510-717-6104.
Awesome. I hope you all got that. The books are price. What is the price ranges?
Well, didn't call me. I'll make them an offer they can't refuse.
You heard it here on FCC Free Radio. He is going to make an offer you can't refuse.
I'll make you an offer.
And he sells them and put them together in packets, and they're awesome. You will not, I repeat, you will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed.
So let me ask you a question. You say you do workshops. Are you planning on doing any workshops in the near future?
Yes. As you know, most of my workshops is out of town. When I said that, I was supposed to be in this month, Tampa, Florida, then Nassau, Bahamas. Then I was supposed to go back to Nigeria, but all things work together for good. I'm where I'm supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So there is no mistakes, there's no accidents, there's no disappointments. So everything is in divine order.
But I must say that he will be speaking at our Melanin Conference. We are doing a Melanin Conference, me and some other brothers. He's one of our primary speakers. He will be there. It'll be a virtual concert. If you want to know more about it, it's going to be on October 2nd and 3rd. Him and several other profound, and I must say profound speakers is going to be there, and we are continually adding to our lineup. And
there's a certain link we have to go to
yeah, we are actually preparing that now, but you can always call me or email me at Kerry_Moses@hotmail.com. That's KERRY_Moses, MOSES @hotmail.com. And I can provide you with flyers, information if you want to be a vendor, everything. It's going to be profound. It's going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be called the Melanin Conference. We are going to talk about things and how to get beyond those things.
That's definitely something we need.
I mean, it's going to be great. And this man here is going to give us food for our minds. He's going to feed our soul and our spirit on how we can accomplish, not only accomplish more, but be more, be ourselves within ourselves, to know ourselves, to be able to create and imagine. So I am happy that he will be part of that. And I look forward to it. And hopefully some of your listeners can join us, and it's going to be virtual. So, you know, it's we're looking for great things, because now's the time for change.
Yes.
Truly, this is the time for change, because in adversity, there's opportunity.
That's right.
So when I get knocked down, I'm not looking at the ground. I'm getting knocked down so I can look up. I am looking up because I can get up.
Right.
And when I get up, I'm going to be up. And so that is where we are at. That's where I'm at. And I look forward to more and great things. And I just thank you for allowing me to have a small voice on your station. I would love to talk more about health and the spirituality of health. And maybe at a future date, we can do that
when
also.
the conference get closer, I would love to have you back to speak more about it.
Absolutely. I would love to. And even I can bring some of our other people who are helping me with this, and it will be awesome.
That would be fabulous.
It would be awesome.
And also, you know, like next week we're doing our third annual GRM Awards. Friday, August 28th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Richmond Food Hall, 1503 McDonald Avenue, which is right around the corner from the Richmond Bar Station. So if you have time to come out, definitely come check that out.
1503?
Yeah, 1503 McDonald Avenue, Richmond, California.
Okay, and that's on what day?
Friday, August 28th. It would be great if Rabboni, if you can come and just say a few words to the people. That would be.
What time?
That would be incredible. From the red carpet starts at 6 p.m. The main ceremony starts at 7 p.m. So it's from 6 to 9 p.m.
I'll get that information. Okay.
Yeah, it's like later on I can send you the link.
Yes.
And all that stuff.
Yes, I would be happy to have this man, this master teacher, come and spread some wisdom, because we are thirsty for knowledge.
Definitely, there's a lot of people out here who need to hear that and just get themselves back on track, and like Rabboni say, just be. Just be. But we don't know how to do that because we're so much just focused on stuff like on the outside.
In program.
Yeah. So
you got to reprogram yourself.
Exactly.
We're like living in a state of chaotic mess.
Yes.
No, we're not.
Oh, a lot of people.
No, we're not at that.
No?
They're in paradise. They just don't recognize it.
They don't recognize it.
They can see the real reality and not the illusion.
The illusion, that's right.
We're in paradise.
Yeah, we're in paradise.
Can you see? Can you hear? Can you taste? Can you touch?
That's paradise.
Then they don't know how blessed you are.
That's right.
The same thing the multi-billionaire doing, you doing the same thing. Just different thoughts.
That's right.
I definitely appreciate both of you gentlemen taking time.
We appreciate being here.
We learned, at least I did, I learned so much, absorbed
When you was woke.
so much. So yeah, I work 70 hours a week, so that's another thing I'm trying to change, so I can get more in tune with
Great things are going to happen to you for you. Great things are going to happen to you for you. Stop. Go and get your pad and sit down. Reorganize yourself. Because you're trying to make stuff happen. You don't have to make stuff happen. Just get out of your way. You got it.
Get out of your way.
You got it.
Thank you for
You got it.
the great wisdom.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. If you didn't, I wouldn't tell you. I feel it. You got
I
it.
definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you.
Well, we thank you. We thank you for, again, allowing us to have this moment.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen.
Good.
Let me play a nice song for people to get in tune with. It's the GRM Presents podcast. We just had, two great men come and just give us a lot of wonderful wisdom, knowledge, and brought us to an understanding. And so we definitely appreciate them. You've been listening to the GRM Presents podcast. Tune in again next week.
What's happening?
Mr. Rabboni.
Yes.
You was asleep. No, I was trying to tell you that that car in front of your limo is mine.
Oh, see, I'm in a television studio. I'm in a radio studio. She called me. I was getting the car in front of the studio. I ain't got nothing. I am San Francisco radio studio. Bye. I manage 2 buildings.
Oh, that's cool.
I know it. It's better than nice. 126 apartments, 122 apartments. They won't be putting no cars out there. I don't know what car they're gonna. This is beautiful, man. We'll do this again.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Anytime.
Now listen, what you gonna do, you're gonna put it on live screen?
Well, with this,
That's what I'm saying.
it's gonna be already on Facebook Live, Periscope.
We just did it on Facebook.
And later on, it's gonna show up on YouTube live.
Okay. Okay.
On YouTube as well.
That's beautiful. See, that's what I tell you. That's what I wanted done.
We just started this like a
That's all right.
week ago.
That is what I wanted. See, that's what I tell you. You got to get out of your way. This is what I want done.
I've been trying to find something like this.
And see, that's what I'm talking about.
Week. God dang, it's like first we were doing it on Facebook Live, but because we play music, they would always block us. Block us on Instagram and Facebook. I kind of find something else that would like allow me to live stream the show. So I just started like looking up live streaming. Then I came up with this thing called Restream.io, and you can actually live stream from like 30 different platforms simultaneously. All you got to do is just have like accounts on those platforms. So I had an account on Facebook, Periscope, Twitch, which I never used because Twitch, like I said, for gaming. And I said, okay, I can use it for this, and also YouTube Live as well. You know, there's also a way too. I was looking for
what? Sweet. I'm in San Francisco.
I'm gonna send you that link too. It's called
I'm in San Francisco.
Give you the ability to like sell tickets
radio station
to virtual events.
Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna send you that.
Do that right away. Do that right away. We need that. Me and my guys, we need that.
I said, yeah.
Yes, that way you have to
Jim came to pick me up because she was sleeping. Yeah.
That's something you should do.
I'm not going to do that.
I'm going to do my first event on Saturday.
This Saturday? Yeah. Go better go and do it. Okay. I'll call you when I get back. Boy, they think I can't go nowhere. They miss me. That's cute.
Yeah, this day, it stopped recording at 55 minutes or 5 minutes to the next hour. I mean, like 30 seconds, I got to like switch it over to like fade auto mode so it can like play the next show. And after that, I'm done.
So that's beautiful, man. That's just.
You're gonna email me or so that I can give it to him and how to access it.
Literally email you or text it to you.
Okay.
I can email it to you once I get back to the house.
Yes.
You email me, yeah.
Cool. Send it to both of you brothers.
Yeah. Email, yeah. But you put it on YouTube. You got my permission to put it on YouTube.
So it like automatically goes to YouTube. Like, it always takes it a couple of hours to show up on YouTube. I think it's on Facebook Live.
If it go on there next week, who cares? It's cool.
Yeah, I think Facebook Live. I think it's on there now.
It's good energies.
What I'm saying.
We can stop and get something. I can take that with you.